Kamie Crawford, y'all.
They want to know the tea, and you go get the tea.
What?
Y'all think that, the Love Island people, the
Bachelor
Love is Blind
Nation,
people,
yeah.
Bachelor Nation, you think that those are something? Let me tell you something about pageant people.
Oh,
They are cuckoo,
I've seen toddlers and tiaras.
bananas.
Yeah.
Why are we even talking
Right.
about this person?
Right.
Get
Right.
out of the relationship.
Right. She will come for you in the comments.
Yes.
Like, if you...
You saw me. I'm fighting with everybody. I was fighting with whole families and friends for you. I don't give a damn.
The definition of we ride at dawn.
At dawn.
What's the reality? What's the reality?
You guys, what's up? And welcome back to What's the Reality? But I'm going to say this again before we get into this episode. You guys, I notice you're watching, but you're not subscribing. So press that button and help your girl out. We have such an amazing episode today. I'm sitting here with the fabulous, the wonderful, the one and only Kamie Crawford, y'all.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen.
I'm so excited to be here.
How are you?
I am so happy, 1, to see you, 2, to see that ring.
Okay.
3, the fact that you have a podcast.
Listen, you guys, you may recognize our girl from not only Catfish on MTV, Sports Illustrated, hello.
Hey.
Also have your people from Sports Illustrated call my people.
Oh, yes. That body needs to be seen in Sports Illustrated.
Hello.
1,000%.
I'm never going to be this hot again.
Girl, please.
And her own podcast, Relationship.
Yes. Shit.
Okay.
With capital sh.
Okay. Okay. I'm so happy you're here. Last time you
I'm
saw
so
me, I was
happy.
fighting for my life. I was in shambles.
Yes.
And
Correct.
now I'm not.
Life comes at you fast.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yes.
Okay.
You are God's favorite.
You know, I'm on the list
You
next to you.
are.
I'm
You
on
are.
the list.
Girl.
Doing my
I don't got one of
absolute
those yet,
best.
but when I do, I'm gonna be on the list with you.
Catch me up. What's new since our last conversation?
Girl, I feel like so much life has happened.
Yeah.
I left Catfish after 6 years,
saw.
which, was a really difficult decision, but it was the right decision for
Mhm.
me. I have been working on the podcast nonstop, and as you know, it is
It's
no joke.
paying off.
People don't understand how difficult podcasting is.
Listen,
It's a lot of work.
it is.
How many
It is.
episodes do you do in like one day?
What is this? My third interview today.
3 is my max.
Yeah.
Like if I do a solo and then
Uh-huh.
2 interviews, then
Uh-huh.
like I'm good. But
Yeah.
anything over that, you
It's
just
brain fried.
your brain is
Yeah.
just like, and now you're like, what did I
Mouth
even
dry,
say?
brain is fried. Don't know what you
Exactly.
said. Fumbling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, but you're killing it, and
Thank
I'm so
you.
proud.
Thank you.
But yeah, I've just been working, doing my thing, like
Mhm.
really just like refinding myself and what it is that I really want out of this life. And, I'm in my 30s, so 30, flirty, and thriving, trying to figure it all
Thriving.
out still.
Yeah.
But way more confident and feeling more at peace with myself and my decisions. And there's just a certain level of discernment that comes with being in your 30s that
Yeah.
in my 20s, I can't say that
No,
I
we
had.
didn't possess.
We
no.
did not possess. We didn't
No.
even know what we wanted.
No, not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
It's so like weird to be on this side having this conversation with you.
I love it,
I
though.
love it because like I feel like now I'm getting to know you in a different capacity. Like obviously like we
Yes.
text and
Yes.
DM and we do all those things, but now I'm getting to step into what you've been doing
Mhm.
and it is some shit. I'm not gonna lie.
It is
to you.
some shit. It is some shit. But it's honestly
It's fun.
fun.
It is
It's fun.
Yeah.
And when you have a team, it helps.
it does help.
I
Shout out to
cannot
my
do this shit
team.
by myself.
Shout out y'all. So
Same.
do you have anything exciting coming out that you would like the people to know about?
Scorpio to Scorpio.
Mhm.
We're always working on something.
Always
behind
something
the
on the back
scenes.
burner.
There's always something
Yeah.
bubbling up.
Uh-huh.
We have an episode with Latia from The Bachelor.
Girl.
It was giving me flashbacks to our episode because like Latia, she, first of all,
Come on now.
stunning, gorgeous, beautiful.
Come on now. Come on
Come
now.
Come on.
Come on.
We talked about that moment,
Yeah.
but like when she first got there, she was like, I'm a little nervous. And I was like,
Mhm.
honestly, so am I. It
Yeah.
reminds me of when we did AD's episode.
Mhm.
Because as excited as I am to talk about it, and I'm a fan of reality
Yeah,
TV,
yeah.
like I watch these shows, I know that the people who are going to be listening and watching
are already coming to tear us apart.
1000%.
Yeah.
And also they're not my core listener base that listens in every single Friday.
Yep.
So they're here because they want tea.
Mhm.
They want drama.
Yep.
And you know me, I'm not that type of bitch.
That's not where you go.
That's not where
If you want
go.
smoke, go to relationship.
Yes.
If you want smoke, go to Kamie.
Yes.
Because she's not about to hold back. She will come for you in the comments.
Yes.
Like, if you...
You saw me. I'm fighting with everybody. I was fighting with whole families and friends for you. I don't give a damn.
The definition of we ride at dawn.
At dawn.
The definition.
At dawn.
So actually,
be
she was
careful
in
when
the
you see me
safest
coming.
place that she could have been.
And you know what? That's why she said she came on.
Yeah, I love
because
that.
she felt like that was
I
going to be
love
the
that.
case.
I love that.
And I never want my guests to feel like they have to divulge something that is uncomfortable to them. Like, you know, I asked the questions, but like, I'm not over here like, so like some type of weird slithering snake in the grass. Like, I just
and
don't like that.
there's so much tea that I told you after that you kept.
I'm
like,
not, what?
There was
Could
so
you imagine?
much. And you just like, girl, I got your back. I know what I know, and I got your back.
Those messages, those need to be... If those were in the podcast.
And they're still in the clip.
And they're so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving forward. That is an amazing interview. I cannot wait to watch that.
When we did your episode, that's till this day, the most listened, most watched episode that we've ever done. Because people were wanting it. They want to know.
Yeah.
They want to know the tea. And you go get the tea. But don't think that
Speaking
you're
of
going to be over here
wanting to
dragging
know
my girl.
the tea, friend. You already know where I'm going.
Oh my God, what?
Your man.
Yeah,
I'm going there because you get the relationship information on everybody else and they man. And you said Wizard Kelly will not be named and not be seen.
Nope.
Why are you choosing to keep that so private?
You know, I realized that after my last relationship, and like, you know, when you go back into your photo arsenal and like the things that you've posted and you go to delete everything or like archive pictures. I was archiving and deleting pictures where I was like, wait a minute. We took this picture when we were beefing. I posted this picture when we weren't in a good space. Who am I posting for? Like, is this for outside validation or like Valentine's Day would come around or birthdays would come around and it would be like, you haven't posted your man in a while. Are you guys still together?
Did you guys break up? Did you guys break up? Yeah.
Because if you don't post somebody, it means that you're no longer in a relationship with them. Like you can't possibly be happy.
There's literally people stalking other people's Instagrams, waiting for you to take photos of your person down, waiting for you to not post them, waiting for you to, like literally if I post a picture of Ollie and I don't tag him, somebody's gonna be like, oh, she didn't tag him.
Yeah.
She didn't tag him.
What do you think that means? And everyone wants to like deep dive on things that don't even exist.
The think
like
pieces.
I posted a clip from the podcast where I was with Raven Ross from Love is Blind and we were talking about boyfriend air and like how being around your boyfriend makes you uglier. It's like, and obviously like, yes, it's true, but also like it's in jest, like it's a joke. And I got a comment from someone and they were like, you're laughing, but you don't think that it's strange that every time you're around your boyfriend, you get a pimple? And I'm like, well, first of all, Savannah, slow down.
I'm going to get to your question.
One thing about it, my man is the most peaceful part of my life. He is my safe space.
Yeah.
I can be my full authentic self with him. But guess what? He has a beard and he keeps that shit shaved. And so anytime he has a fresh shave and he kisses me all over my face, which is every single day.
After you do your skincare.
After I do a skin, I have sensitive skin.
Yeah.
I get pimples.
Yeah.
Everything's not that deep.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that every time I'm around him,
that you
my
break
face,
out in hives.
I'm just breaking out in hives and I'm so overwhelmed and I'm so stressed.
Yeah.
Like, no. But people like to read into whatever they want to read into.
Yeah.
And like, I just let them. I think I have really enjoyed protecting what is important to me the most. And that is like my love, my family. I have 5 sisters. I'm the oldest of 6 girls. You never see my youngest sisters. You never see the twins. Because I don't post and tag them because they are 18 years old. To me, they're children. There are certain things that I'm going to protect.
100%.
And my man is one of them.
Yeah, the world is ruthless. And as much as you think people are rooting for you, there's so many people praying.
They can't wait.
Waiting on the downfall.
And by the way, the people who are smart, have already found him. If I was them, I would have found him the first day. I'd have been like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But people have already found him. They send me his page all the time.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, oh, look, it's Mr. Blank.
Yeah.
And like, they always
Yeah. They think they got one
like
up.
to tell
it's
me like,
he's not a secret. He is a real human.
yes.
This is just my page and what I want to do on
Yes.
my page.
And when I see people in public that like listen to the podcast and they're like, I can't wait for you to show your man, I will show them him right there. He's not a secret.
This one?
This is him. Look.
Yeah.
And we'll like kiki about it, or like they'll see him out, and it's so funny because people will see him and be like, oh, it's Wizard Kelly.
Yeah.
And he's never seen The Proud Family.
Oh no.
He's never seen it.
Wait, say the Wizard Kelly reference for those who also have not seen it.
If you have seen The Proud Family, people of a certain age,
Us millennials.
us millennials in The Proud Family, it was actually Shannon Sharp that was the voice of Wizard Kelly.
That's so funny.
He was a character, he was a basketball player, and he was so tall that like you never saw his full face. You only saw like his lips because
like from here down.
Yes, because he was always out of the frame.
Yeah.
And so when I post my boyfriend, I always just put his lips. Sometimes like they'll get a new
face,
the side.
the back of the head.
The comments are always so funny because they'll be like earlobe unlocked. Like every
we
time.
can piece a man together at this
It's
point.
a different picture. And yeah, you got to just imagine. He's fine. That's all you got to know.
And that's all you need to know.
He's fine.
I'm crying. I love that because me and Ollie were private for so long.
You were.
And you even text me. You said, congratulations, keep it private.
Yes.
That's when the rumors were starting to like, surface and everybody was taking pictures and posting. And I could not say anything, but I was enjoying not saying anything.
It's so nice.
We give so much.
Yes.
And now that we're public, we're loving it. Like everyone's, so sweet, but it's also like, I miss that bubble already.
Yeah.
I really do.
And this is the other thing. Look at how much growth you can have in your relationship when you do keep it to yourselves. Y'all seemingly popped out engaged.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah.
But you had
we had to do the work without the world.
Scenes, and there's so much to be done that I think, people who are just like excited to introduce their partner to their family and friends, like, okay, that's cute. But like, we were able to have the real conversations before, without people having their little hands
opinions,
in it. I don't want your grubby little paws in my relationship.
And I don't care.
I don't give
care.
a damn.
I couldn't care less. Anyway, now that we cleared that up, congratulations on your Webby award now.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Because girl, I'm not going to lie. Some days I'm like, I'm quitting.
No, I know. I saw.
I'm quitting. I think about quitting everything often. Often.
What was it this morning?
Being a bad bitch. When you have to get glam.
You want to hang up the towel.
I'm like, why do I do this? Like I had an eyebrow appointment this morning and I love my girl, but like driving there, I'm like, what if I just said fuck it?
But you showed up.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And
I love you. Appreciate it.
Duh.
Okay. So you give really, really great advice, like relationship advice on your podcast. Has that changed the way you approach your own relationships?
Yes, girl. Yes.
So you don't just give it, you live it.
I have to take it. But so when I first started the podcast, I was getting out of a bad relationship. Well, I was actually still in it. And looking back, I'm like, the audacity of me. To be giving advice? Who do I think I am? Like telling people to get into therapy when I myself had never even talked to a therapist before. Now I have since, listen, I'm a rising Virgo. I can give the advice. I can tell you.
I know what I need to do.
I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing is something completely different. But I was able to like document that growth with my listeners and, that like looking back was super helpful. But, I definitely have learned a lot. I think, my views on dating and things like that have changed and being with a man. Now.
Okay.
Like life has changed. I'm like, why? Anytime someone writes in about like a relationship where, oh, my boyfriend doesn't appreciate me or he doesn't give me compliments or he makes me feel belittled or I'm like, what are we even talking about?
Right. Why? Right.
Why are we even talking about this person?
Right.
Get out of the relationship.
Right.
There is someone
100%
out there who is willing to give you every single thing that you need.
100%.
And can't wait to love you properly. So but I've been there.
Yeah.
And not knowing, sometimes like the fear of not knowing what else is out there keeps you in a bad situation. Not anymore, honey. Goodbye.
That couldn't be me.
Let me tell you something.
Okay. Besides me, because I know you're going to say me, who is
Mm-hmm.
your all-time favorite person that you've had on relationship?
You. Duh. Hello.
No, that was so lit.
That was so
lit. I
lit.
think I'm going to go home and play that.
We had such a good
that
time.
was so fun.
And we were so funny.
I know.
I love that episode.
You know, I don't know. I think we talked about it, but to refresh, Kamie is an avid reality show commentator. And like she just does this in her free time. Like with the toast. She'll put on like a filter.
Cat. Yeah.
And she will just go in on all the shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it just happened to be my turn.
Yes.
And she is going in on the show. And I'm like, I need to talk to this lady and say, yes, 100%, everything you're saying, 100%.
Yep.
Little did I know, you were already trying to get in touch.
And I DM'd you.
Yes.
And I was like, AT, hey.
I need you on the show.
Yes.
And I was immediately yes.
And I was shook.
Immediately.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was so excited when you responded. It was the same thing with Latia.
Yeah.
Like I DM'd her and she immediately was like, yes. I'm like, I just, I got to get the girls, especially the women of color, like
so important.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I've seen you talk about this on here.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to people of color in our stories, like the press really obviously eat up other people.
100%.
Like not, or, white contestants and people who are on certain shows.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like good PR, but like your storyline was the moment. It was the press moment. And I'm looking at the clip. And I'm looking at all of these other interviews that are being done with other people. And I'm like, who gives a fuck about this? We need to talk about He Who Shall Not Be Named and Amber, because like that was that's
story. What the show is about.
Yes.
That is what the show is about. From the beginning of getting in the pod.
Yes.
Seeing it through to the end at the altar is the theme of the show.
Yes.
But what is highlighted is not that.
Right. And I don't like stuff like that.
Me either.
So being someone who loves reality TV and wants our stories to be told in the way that we can only tell them ourselves and like women can only tell ourselves, I'm going to reach out to the girls.
Period.
I'm going to collect all y'all like Infinity Stones. Okay. I'm like, these are all my girls.
Come on, Thanos.
Come on, girls. This is a safe space.
Yes.
God, I mean, there's been so many good ones.
You had Morgan recently.
Yes,
with
Morgan
that
Bailey.
Random guy from Atlanta.
Yes, and I really love that one. Again, another Infinity Stone because
give our girls a space.
Give us a space. Yeah. Give us a chance. Yeah. Like people, of course, had a lot to say about that interview and just like, I don't even like calling them interviews because to me, it's just like, we just talking.
Yeah.
But people had a lot to say because they have their own preconceived notions. And sometimes people already have it made up in their mind what they want to think about you. But I just feel like having your own space to talk about your own shit is important.
Agreed.
And that's where relationship comes from.
Agreed.
It's not always about romance. Sometimes it's just about like, I want to talk about what's important to me.
I want to tell what's real.
For me.
Exactly. Yeah. And
exactly.
you create that space. And I hope to do that here as well.
You do.
Thank you. Outside of podcasting and you've done the reality TV bit, what would you say is your dream job?
I am currently in the process of producing my own shows.
Come on.
That is my dream.
Like what kind of shows?
I love true crime.
Ooh,
I love documentary.
okay.
I love reality. Obviously, I love dating. So like for me, anything in that wheelhouse that's my vibe.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So you have been hosting reality TV shows for over 6 years. Obviously, Catfish, X on the Beach, Are You the One?
Yes.
What has reality TV taught you about you?
I think what it's taught me about me is like how dedicated I am to this job. Like even for Catfish, like I said, I'm technically just a host. I don't have any producer credits. I'm not, I don't get any royalties from anything that's on the internet or streaming or what have you. But I watch every single edit before it goes to the network and goes live on television because I care about the way that we tell people's stories and the things that are important to them. So if we're doing an episode with someone who is trans or who's queer in any capacity or someone who's a person of color and has gone through microaggressions or racism, or if we're dealing with someone who, has been through sex trafficking. Like we've had a lot of these kinds of really heavy conversations, and I would never want for that to be showcased on television in a flippant light.
Yeah.
Like these are real conversations. And let's face it, like people who watch reality TV come from all over the world, all over the country. It's not just people in LA. It's not just people in New York. It's all the people in the middle. And if you've never met a trans person or never encountered a Black person or had a Black person as a friend, you don't know our stories.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And that can't be the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it is the first time,
it has to be right.
it's got to be right.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that you have all the information so that maybe your mind changes. Or if you are a queer person who lives in the middle of bumblefuck USA, no shade, but like maybe you are, and you need to see someone who looks like you, that representation is everything. And so for me, if I can, go through and be like, hey, we gave some context to what this means. When we were talking about microaggressions here, we need to include something that,
that proves. Right.
Yes. Or just like a moment where I'm talking about what a microaggression is.
Yep.
We can't just assume that the audience knows.
Right.
So that's what it's taught me about myself, is that like I have always had a producer mindset. I don't know if it's being the eldest daughter or if it's being a Virgo rising, but like my mind is always on the details.
When we talk about we need people in the room, this is what we mean.
Yeah.
We need women that appreciate other people's stories, that have the bigger vision, that understand like a job needs to get done, but it needs to get done where everyone feels seen, heard, and represented. And this is what we mean when we say we need us in the room. Because having you in spaces like casting, production, directing can change the game for so many people. I mean that with my heart, because like that also just kind of sparks something in my brain. It's like, I actually maybe need to step behind the scenes a little bit because I know what it feels like to feel misrepresented or not represented or not seen, or being like, well, maybe if you would have kept in that one line I said, everything would make sense. You might not get it.
Yeah.
But there's a large population of people that would understand exactly what I said.
Context
is
so
everything.
Important. It's everything. And then what it's taught me about other people is that like people just want to be loved, and sometimes that looks weird, and sometimes it comes from weird places. Rihanna said she found love in a hopeless place.
Okay.
What's the problem?
So why can't we?
Why can't everybody else?
Okay.
So what?
So as a Black woman, how do you feel the current representation of Black women on reality TV is? How do you feel about it?
I mean, we're definitely here. But again, like when it comes to those when it comes to those bigger press moments, we're not being chosen. Our stories are being overlooked. The fact that Latia had not been on a podcast already or hadn't been, obviously people contacted her, but like some of the bigger ones may have not, because they're not thinking about her because she's a woman of color. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking like for her, obviously. Like the reason why I went back to watch the rest of the season was because of how she handled herself at the final rose ceremony. It's like we are making moves. We are like, these are things that we're doing, but they're not being appreciated in the same vein, and they're not being amplified in the same way. So I think we're here. There are certain shows that I'm like, I don't watch baddies.
Yeah.
I don't watch, I really don't even watch the Real Housewives like that. There are certain women that I support who are part of the franchise, but like.
So you're not caught up on the latest Kenya Moore?
I'm fairly caught up on that.
Girl.
Fairly caught up on that, but I don't have like a strong opinion yet as far as
I'm going to let you watch it and then call me.
All I know is that illegal things were being done.
Illegal things.
And you can't do illegal shit just because you're on TV.
And now you're fired. That breaks my heart for everybody involved.
She's also had such a long career that like for it to end in this kind of moment, like no.
At the opening of her spa.
Yes.
I feel that breaks my heart.
I know.
That breaks my heart.
But listen.
Yeah. We all have choices.
We're going to have to offline about that.
Yeah. I do want to talk about it. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. What is your favorite reality show and who's your favorite all-time reality star?
AD from Love is Blind.
You guys, I can't make this up. I really, truly cannot make this up. Okay.
No, I do. I love Love is Blind.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. I love Love Island. Like I've been watching, don't listen to this. I've been, if you are from the Love Island production team or any network, I've been watching Love Island and X on the Beach since I had to get like a fake VPN to watch it from the UK.
Girl, you're going to jail.
Yeah. Whoops. Incriminating evidence. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Everything's alleged.
Allegedly.
Nothing can be proven. But I absolutely do that.
Did you watch the most recent season of Love Island USA? With like Serena and
which was a
Janae.
huge fucking
So big.
missed opportunity for me. I just wasn't, I was in like full catfish, like lane, like figuring out if I was going to leave the show, what I was going to do next with my life, and adding shows to my life just felt like
it's not too late
much.
to run it back.
I know.
It's not
I
too
know.
late
And
to
I
run
love
it
Serena. I met Serena and Cordell, and I love both of them.
So sweet,
Definitely going to have them on the pod at some point. But my all-time favorite reality TV star, the HBIC, Tiffany Pollard.
Come on.
Hello.
Come on. She started this game.
I quote her at least once a day.
She's the queen.
That is my girl.
She's the queen. New York.
Give it up, Delicious. That's my girl. She's so funny. She's so funny, like intentionally and unintentionally.
Yeah.
And
growing up watching like Flavor of Love, what are we, like this big?
We should have never been watching
that. Never been watching that. And it should have... But we didn't realize how pivotal it would be in our culture.
Yeah.
Like she's still here.
Yes.
She's still the queen of
still
reality
in the
TV.
motherfucking house.
Still.
Of course.
Still.
She is exactly who she thinks she is.
100%.
And
she's who she
love
thinks
that.
she is. She's who she thought she was.
Yeah. Period.
Oh my God.
I would watch a live stream of her just existing.
Yeah.
Like Big Brother style, but just her in the house.
Yeah.
She's so
just her
good.
talking to herself.
She's so good.
What show would you go on?
You know, a lot of people have been asking me lately if I would ever go on Traders.
I could see you on Traders.
Would you come?
Duh.
We should both be on
That'd
Traders.
be lit.
How do we like submit together?
That's
to
a
be on
submission.
Traders?
That is a submission.
This is our application.
Yeah. That'd be
Pick
so
us.
lit. Would you want to be a trader?
I don't know. I'm not telling.
Ooh, we're starting early. Okay, maybe I'm not going on with
telling.
you. I thought we had a alliance.
I'm not telling.
Damn.
I would tell you, because you wouldn't snitch.
No, I wouldn't.
No. You would snitch on me?
If you told me you were a trader,
AT.
if you told me,
You can't snitch on me. I didn't
can't
snitch
tell
on
me
you and
you're a
Ollie.
trader. Oh, that's facts.
Hello.
That is facts. No, I wouldn't. I would be like, bring me in, make me a trader.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I would
what
definitely,
say.
come on.
Yeah. We would get the money together.
Yes.
We'd be all right. Okay, that's our submission
That's our
audition
submission.
video.
I think we got it.
Okay, let's talk body image and modeling.
Yes.
You've been talking about your Caribbean household growing up where curves were celebrated. How did that influence you in a way that you viewed your body growing up?
You know, I always say, like, I didn't grow up with a mom who critiqued her body. And I think that helped me a lot. Because I have a lot of friends, girlfriends who, like, their moms talk badly about their bodies and, like, they're just girls. Like, I think as we get older, we realize, like, our moms are just girls.
Just doing their absolute best.
They're just doing their best. And like, yeah, of course, we all have moments when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we don't recognize ourselves. And I can't even imagine, like, after having kids and life changes and just
and
like
the beauty standard back then.
the beauty standards.
so different.
And then like life just happens and you get older. Like things on my body aren't in the same place that they used to be. I look at myself, I'm like, oh,
That's new.
interesting. Thought my areolas were done growing in size, but I guess not. They grow an inch every day. Every single day.
I'm only areola now.
I'm like, oh, she's areola titty. Got it. Anyway, but not having that as like a standard of like, oh, every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you should say something negative to yourself about yourself. I think it helped with the way that I would see myself because I didn't think to do that in the mirror. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And just like knowing that having curves were celebrated and like that it's just in the Caribbean, like being skinny is technically like a bad thing. Like my mom got made fun of for being skinny when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Because they would say like, if you're too skinny, then that means you can't cook.
Yeah. They call my mom Slim.
Slim. See?
That would never fly today.
No.
Ever.
What?
You can't call a woman Slim.
No.
Like that was her nickname growing up, Slim. And she's still pretty slim. She's fire, you know.
She's like, hey, it's me.
She a baddie.
Yes. Oh, I already know. I already know. I've seen her on TV.
Yeah, she's fun.
But yeah, I feel like that it's only helped me with my own perception of myself. And then also having sisters. Like I'm the oldest of 6 girls who all have different shapes and sizes and colors, and we're all different. And like, if I'm constantly shitting on myself,
what are we teaching?
What am I teaching them?
I'm the oldest of 5 girls. Yeah.
Did I know this?
I think my mom had 7 kids. So I have 2 older brothers, then there's me, and then there's 4 girls under me. Yeah.
But you're the oldest girl.
Oldest girl.
So you get it. Like
100%.
You have to, I'm constantly telling my sisters how gorgeous they are.
You have to.
How smart they are. How like beautiful human beings they are. My mom always did that to me. She always did that to my sisters. And so this life is too short to shit on yourself all the time. What are we doing? We only have one body.
Right.
Like if you don't, in my mind, if you're not happy with something, change it. Work on it.
That part.
Go to the gym. Get on
that surgery bed.
Get on that table. Do what you got to do. I don't judge anybody.
Yeah, no.
Don't do anything that's going to like
harm
risk.
yourself.
Yeah, no. Your life is the most important thing.
Yeah.
But like,
there's a solution for almost everything.
There's a solution these days, okay? I didn't like the fact that, I make so many faces all the time on Catfish that I started to get a line in the middle. I got Botox.
Yeah, is mine gone?
You had one?
I had. Come on. Come on.
Or should we not raise our eyebrows and just be...
I think I'm due. I really, truly do. But yeah.
I get baby Botox because I'm afraid of like freezing because my face is so animated.
Yeah.
I can't not have.
Yeah.
But like, who cares? Who actually cares?
Yeah.
And if people are going to judge you for it, then like that's on them.
Right.
I'm all about, I think I used to skew more, body positive. But now I'm more like, body neutrality, body autonomy. Like, we have this body. This is the one that we have. What are we going to do about it?
Right.
Like just being at peace and being at peace with the changes that your body is going to go through. My body my weight has fluctuated my entire life.
Same, yeah.
I cannot be attached to any version of it because none of them exist anymore. The one that I have right now is the one that I got.
Right. And the one that I woke up with this morning is already what time is it?
Exactly.
What time is
As
it? I'm already a
women,
different person.
Our hormones, I got off birth control after 18 years of being on birth control. I didn't recognize myself. I said, wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait. I'm looking at pictures.
This is what
I'm
I've
like,
been looking at.
Hey, slow down. This cannot be the face everybody else is looking at. And so I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So you know what I did? I booked a bunch of solid core classes.
Love me some solid core.
Got my life together. I know you do. We have to go together.
Yeah, we do. 100%. We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
So in 2010, you were crowned Miss Teen USA.
I was.
And you were the first Black winner in almost a decade.
Yep.
How'd that make you feel?
Girl.
What?
I had never competed in pageants before.
Yeah.
So I competed at Miss Maryland Teen USA. That was my first pageant. And then from there you go to nationals. So Miss Teen USA was my second pageant ever. So I was not aware of
stage
the pageantry game.
that they came from Tots.
I was not aware. I also was not aware of the fandom that is pageantry. Y'all think that, the Love Island people, the
Bachelor
Love is Blind
Nation,
people, the Bachelor Nation, you think that those are something? Let me tell you something about pageant people.
Oh,
They are cuckoo,
I've seen toddlers in tiaras.
bananas. and they have very strong opinions and they come from all over the world and they are brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 16, 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. And I quickly got to know through the experience.
Yeah.
It changed my life, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have even known that being in front of the camera was something that I wanted to do. At the time, I wanted to be a dermatologist. I wasn't even thinking about television.
Right.
I had never thought about anything that wasn't a traditional career path. And so through that experience, I got that, in front of camera experience. And I was like, oh, hosting could be something that I could be good at. But from having not done a pageant and not being familiar with pageantry to doing one and like going in full force, you have to assimilate in a way that I don't think that I could have anticipated. And also being a teenager,
Right,
it's very, you're very vulnerable to.
And susceptible.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And afterwards I had a lot of unlearning to do. A lot of things that like I didn't grow up with, body issues
Right,
or
now all of a sudden.
Yeah. I'm like thinking in ways that I never used to think before, thinking about myself in ways that I didn't think before because other people are telling me.
Yeah, that this is an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could literally tell a pageant person like, orange is my color. Like I just love orange. I look so great in orange. It makes me feel the most confident. And yeah, I just really love when I wear orange. And they'd be like, orange is not your color.
And now
you should be wearing black.
you go home and throw away all of your orange.
And now you're like, oh shit. Okay, well, my evening gown is orange.
Yeah.
My interview dress is orange. Everything that I've packed for the entire weekend, my theme is orange. Dreamsicle.
Yeah.
Superstar. Barbie. And now
your crush.
You got to rebrand.
Now you're orange crush.
Now you're orange crush. Now it's done. Now you're wearing black. And that's not your
so
color.
tough.
And you don't shine. And
Yeah.
people have a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
And they try to impose them on adults.
Yeah.
Adults. Which is the craziest part.
Yeah.
Like y'all don't have
Why
jobs?
are you in the room?
Aren't you supposed to be clocking in?
Why are you here?
Why are you here in my Facebook messages telling me that you don't like my choice of evening gown? Or like grilling me about just things that like you shouldn't be talking to a child about. And so, you just have to unlearn those things. And then even like the, political correctness that comes with being a beauty queen and like what people expect for you to say versus what you actually think and feel. I can't tell you how many beauty queens I meet now who will be like, you literally say everything that we wish we could say. Like, I wish I could say that. I wish I could. And even people who aren't in pageants anymore, they're like, I wish I could. Why can't you?
Right. Do you still have like ties to that industry?
Not as far as like the organization is concerned, but like I know the pageant girls still. I still have some friends from my year, and then I, have collected other pageant girls over the years, and I can spot a pageant girl from a mile away.
Right. What about me? Am I a pageant girl? Have I ever done a pageant?
I'll be honest with you, the NFL, NBA cheerleader to pageantry pipeline is very close.
It is.
So you could have done one. You could have. Did you?
No.
I'm like, you could
Never.
have.
I could have, and I would have ate down.
Yeah, fully.
I thought about it often, but I was just like, it's just not, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah. I feel like if you were, you would have done one and either won and like kept it going or quit.
Yeah. And then I know like the body standards. I am a dark-skinned Black woman with curves. And then you watch it on TV, you get the dark skin, you get the Black woman, but the curves, they leave those backstage.
1,000%.
And those bikinis, there's no way. I would feel so self-conscious. In the real world, body goes crazy.
Girl,
okay.
What?
Body goes crazy. Now on that stage, not so much, and that would have torn me up because I already faced a lot of that in NFL and like NBA, where it's just like I was told one time, like, you're perfect where you are. Don't gain any weight. Don't lose any weight. And I'm just like, so I need to lose some weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
I need to lose some weight.
That's
how I internalize that.
Yeah. I had gotten down to a size 0 by the time I went to Miss Teen USA, but if you're not naturally Like if your body is not naturally
Yeah.
composed to be a size 0, you're going to look bigger than a natural size
100%.
0.
What do you hope young girls who see you on like social media and TV and Sports Illustrated and listen to your podcast, what do you hope they take away from that?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Mm.
There's nothing that you can't do. And you should eliminate anyone from your life who makes you feel like you have to limit yourself.
Heard.
I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
I say it could be your granny.
Bye, Grandma.
Bye, Grandma. Love ya.
See you at Thanksgiving.
See you at Thanksgiving. I don't have to talk to you on a regular basis. If you make me feel like I'm not that girl,
Right.
bye.
Right.
Exit stage
Because
left.
there's so many people that will cheerlead for you that sticking around the wrong crowds will have you down in the dumps thinking that you're not her.
Yes. Relationships too.
Yeah.
Significant others, if they make you feel like you can't shine,
Got a blast.
you gotta go. I've been there. Where you don't even recognize yourself in the mirror because you're like, I have dimmed my light so far down that there's none left. I've given it all to this person. No.
Go where you're loved, not tolerated. I think that is something that I think I wake up every day and say to myself. If I start feeling like, oh, I'm just being tolerated, oh, I'm just here and people are just, it's time to go.
You gotta go.
Go where the love is, go where the support is, go where people are like championing for you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, time is so short and time is of the essence.
Girl.
And you don't want to waste it on somebody that's tolerating you, whether it's work, family, relationships, like friends.
Nope.
Go where you're loved.
Yeah. I know the only time that it gets tricky is like at your job.
Even still.
But even still.
Start building in the background.
Start building something else.
Yeah.
Like put the feelers out there. You don't have to be miserable.
We're in such a good time too.
Yeah.
It's 2025.
Well,
We,
good
like-
time in a scary bad time sometimes.
You know.
But you know what? The best thing about the world being such a clusterfuck is that you can literally do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. Now is the time.
Now is the time.
You can
I've
literally
thought about
be a
it.
president. You can literally be the president of the United States.
You can be whoever you want to be. Literally.
Literally.
You can run the world.
You can run the world.
And it's fine. Like you should be, and I've thought about this because, you know, I worked on Kamala's campaign and like I've been very heavily involved in politics in the past year. And, you know, I was just like, am I going to be down in the dumps about the state of the world, the state of our union for forever? Or should I just focus on me, focus on what I can control?
Hello, 92%.
Build my own shit.
Hello.
That's what I'm going to do.
And that's where the focus should be. That's where the focus should be.
Yes.
Let's gauge your opinion on this. You're falling for someone, but you have opposite political views. How do you navigate that? And what would you do, Juan? And how would you suggest somebody else?
We wouldn't even be having this conversation because
you would have known in the first 3 seconds.
You know what? What's crazy is that these days you really don't know.
You don't.
So you do have to ask those questions. You can't ignore it. And for me, there is no relationship because here's the thing about different political beliefs. We're not in a day and age where political beliefs are just political beliefs.
Yeah, they're tied into morality.
They're tied into morality.
Yeah.
They're tied into safety.
Human rights.
If you don't value my safety as a woman, as a Black person, as a human being, you know, for queer people, being in a relationship with someone who, or even just like if you have queer friends or queer family, like I do, I have trans women as friends. If you don't support the same political beliefs as me, then, or at least, you know, if we don't have the same values and you vote differently than I did politically, then that means that you voted against all those people that I care about.
Right.
No.
Right.
I don't want to be with anyone who is racist, homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, none of those things. I don't want to be with anyone who is anti-human beings, ableist. The list goes on and on. I'm very strict around here.
And I love it. As you should be.
Very
I love it.
strict. Because you know what I've realized is that when people have different political beliefs
Mm-hmm.
in certain areas. And when you watch the tone of politics and the way that it goes, there's a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime government or people start coming for minority groups, in the end, they always come back to Black people, and they always come back to Black women.
First.
Yeah.
The first target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they're rolling back trans rights, what do you think they're about to do to us?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're going to do to us? Because they already use transphobia
Mm-hmm.
to degrade and
Mm-hmm.
demean
Mm-hmm.
Black women all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Michelle Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Sierra.
Serena. All of
Look at
us.
Serena. Like what?
Mhm.
Especially if you're brown or dark skin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's over.
No.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
No, I don't even want to date a man who's colorist.
No.
I don't even want to date a man who's only dated light skinned women.
Because what's the real tea?
No.
Right. Right.
For me,
No,
it's
really.
a hard no.
Really.
I don't want to be with a man who talks badly about brown skin or dark skin women, period.
It's not cute. It's not funny.
No.
And it doesn't, I think a lot of people fail to realize that you can't big me up by talking shit about another woman.
No.
I will immediately look at you and be like,
Yes.
oh, whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. Red flag. That doesn't make me
Weird.
feel good if you're like, I can't stand this type of woman.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's
You're
not,
strange.
I'm not going to be like, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Great.
That's disgusting.
Can you imagine? And like for light skinned women like myself, like I can't stand that shit. I think it's so corny.
It is corny.
I will never, ever be attracted to that kind of mentality because my sisters are brown and dark skinned. My friends are brown and dark skinned. Our children could be brown and dark skinned.
Come on. So you're going to tell me you're going to hate our baby?
What?
Can't do that.
What are you going to see? What do you think about your mother? What? No.
And what do you think about yourself?
What do you think about yourself?
That's where it
It's
stems.
self-hate for
That's
me.
where it stems.
So no, the answer is hard. Absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, because political views and morality are one and the same.
Linked.
Don't talk to me about taxes.
And tariffs.
You don't
Girl,
have
bye.
no money.
Please.
You don't have no money. I don't want to hear nothing about taxes. You don't have no money.
Please. Oh my God. Especially the crypto bros. Like, give me a break.
Now we can switch your tone up a little bit.
Yes.
Little game time called Love It or Leave It.
Oh God. I feel like I'm going to say leave it to everything. Go ahead.
Basically, we're going to react to some popular dating trends and viral relationship advice and decide if we love it or leave it.
Okay.
Okay? So, birth order compatibility, where you and your partner fall in your family's birth order, can affect the success of your relationship. For example, the oldest son and the youngest daughter are super compatible.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So,
I
love
don't
it.
know. I don't know if two oldest siblings like could be together. Like unless you're an only child. I think only children do really well together because like they know how to play by themselves.
Yeah.
But like two eldest siblings.
Where does your man fall?
He's middle.
Okay.
And I'm the oldest. And I think as a middle child, he has had to be like the middle man in life and like make sure that everyone's good. And as the oldest, I can absolutely lead, but I love being with someone who does it for me because I'm always doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But if you have two eldest siblings and you're both always the leader. Who gets to like
or
take a
two
break?
Spoiled last siblings.
Yeah. Oh God. I don't know if two babies can be together.
No.
No. What about you and Ollie?
I'm third and Ollie is fourth
Okay.
or fifth.
Yeah.
So he's
Damn,
like
how
the
many siblings
second
you got?
youngest. He's got 4 sisters.
Oh.
4 or 5 sisters. I hope I'm not
Wow.
leaving anybody out. Yeah. And he's the second youngest.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm the oldest girl.
Right.
So
Yes.
there's a little...
But he has sisters, so he knows how that, like, I think that all of those
The
things
sisters
play
does help.
a role.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So yeah, I believe in that.
So we love it.
I love it.
Okay. Love it or leave it. Active listening. When having a conversation with your partner, think of listening as a gift of intention and not as receiving information.
You know, I'm an active listener. So like if I'm having a conversation with you, obviously I'm like, yes, correct, right. I'm also just a yapper. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but if I'm talking to my man and he's doing that to me while I'm telling something, I don't know if I like it that much.
I need you to actively shut
Because
up.
I'm going to think that you are thinking that I'm a joke.
Yeah.
Even though that's not how I do it.
Yeah.
With like my girls, like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
always active like
Yeah.
listen, like, you know, but like if we're having a conversation and I'm telling him how he hurt my feelings or something like that, which I don't have that experience, but like if we're having a conversation like that and he's like, yes, right, no, yes, I totally get that. Shh, quiet. Were you silent or were you
So
silent?
leave
You were
it.
silenced.
Leave it.
Leave it.
No, I need Ollie to actively listen. I need him
Really?
to actively be engaged.
Yeah, be engaged.
And I need you to be like, yep. Yep.
What if he doesn't agree?
Then tell me after. But actively listen to me in the moment. Because that will piss me off. Like I really.
Yeah, don't stare at me blankly.
Yeah.
But don't like interject while I'm talking to you.
You know what I told him the other day?
Oh, tell me.
We were like going back and forth. It was pretty heated. And he goes, can I talk? Can I talk? And I said, yeah, but I want you to know if you lie, I'm interjecting and I'm interrupting you. And he's like, well, never mind. And I'm just like, okay, go ahead. You can talk.
See, and that's the times when
I warned him that I was going to interrupt.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the stories go left and I'm like, let's get back on track.
Well, see, that's the other part because
if I'm active listening, stay on track.
Because I will absolutely interject when he's telling me something. But I don't want him to do it to me.
Yeah, don't do it to me.
Because I'm a hypocrite.
Don't do it to me. I'm like, can I talk?
Yes.
Can I talk?
To me, that's active listening.
I'm helping you get your point out.
Yeah.
The correct way.
Yeah.
Is how I see it.
Because the way that you're saying it and the way that I remember it.
Wrong.
And guess who's right?
Me. So let me interject, but you actively listen.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. I don't know if I want to love that one or leave it.
Yeah, well,
it depends.
It depends on who needs the listening.
Because also if I'm telling him a story about like, let's pretend like it's not an argument or like something that we're disagreeing on. Because we don't really fight, but we disagree for sure. If I'm telling him a story about somebody who had me fucked up, I need you engaged. I need you, like,
I need
she
you to
said,
have my
what?
back. She said, what?
Wait,
so
say
you were
that
just
part
minding your
again?
business.
Exactly.
You were just minding your business.
Just minding your business.
Okay.
I need him to be in on that.
Yeah.
But if I'm telling you something, I need you to sit there and I need you to listen till I'm done.
Yeah. And then have a full conversation about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go get me a matcha.
Aww.
It's a peace offering.
I love that. We love a matcha. Okay. So that one's love it and leave it.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
Depends.
Okay. Olive theory, originally from How I Met Your Mother, but a relationship will only succeed if one person hates olives and the other one loves them. Love it or leave it.
I've never heard of this.
I've heard that before.
However, that's my relationship. He could eat. I just watched him the other day eat an entire bowl full of olives. And I was looking at him like, that's disgusting.
That's my relationship, but I love olives.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get the olive. I was just talking yesterday about dirty martinis, which I think are disgusting.
Yeah, that's a different level of.
I feel like we're being gaslit into liking dirty martinis.
That's gasoline.
Why are you trying to convince me that this is good?
Not good.
It tastes
Not
like
good.
ass.
Literal, like rubbing alcohol.
Yes.
With an olive in it.
With a pickly twist.
When they shove the blue cheese in it, you've taken it too far.
You've lost me.
You've taken it too far.
You've lost me.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to lose you here, but that is in the same category with, what are those drinks people have the next day when they're hungover at brunch?
Bloody
the tomato
Marys.
thing.
Absolutely not.
You're not going to gaslight me into thinking your tomato vodka pickle bacon juice.
No. Is good. Stop.
Get yourself a mimosa
if
or an espresso martini.
Get some hair of the dog. Why are we drinking tomato soup to get rid of a hangover? No.
Not doing it.
I've never had one. It looks disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It makes me sick.
And
I'm not even hungover
really
and I'm
tomato. I don't know what it is. When I used to bartend and it would come in this little plastic thing and anyway, so how did we get there? Olives. I love olives. I believe it's kind of true because I've dated a lot of men that don't like olives.
I just don't. It's not
I always find guys that don't like olives. Olives are bomb. I'll eat them right out the jar.
Girl, I did have an olive, like literally 3 olives the other day. I
Yeah.
think I was on a plane, and like, when they come by, sometimes when I'm on planes, I just be trying whatever
taking
because
shit
it's
to
like
take
it's
it,
first
yeah.
class, it's free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. And I think they gave me like a little thing of olives, and I did like 2 of the 3 that I ate, but not enough for me to ever buy a jar myself.
When I
No.
come over, have a nice chilled jar of olives for me, please. Thank you. That's why
I'll
we
do it
get
for you.
along.
I'll do it for you.
That's why this relationship works.
Yeah.
I love him, you hate him. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Do you have a cringy dating story that still haunts you to this day where you're just
Yes.
like, oh, well, let me sit back.
Yes.
Do we have popcorn?
AD.
Yeah.
I went on a date with this guy. It was set up by a friend. I made her and our other friend come and watch from afar because I'm a serial monogamist and I've been in long relationships, but I don't go on dates.
Yeah.
I just don't. The idea of sitting across from someone for hours.
Wrap it up.
Who are you?
Right. You're
And why do I have to share a meal with you? Like you're a stranger.
Yeah.
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Anyway, she convinced me that I should go on a date with this boy, this man.
Boy.
He was a man, I guess. And we went on the date and it was a fine date. He laughed with his eyes wide open and that freaked me out.
Can I get a demo?
Like, say something funny.
Laughing with your eyes wide open.
And I have Botox. So keep that in mind.
You saw the whites of his eyes.
And I was like,
Jump scare.
I was like, oh, maybe that was just a one-off.
You're funny, but
No, you know,
not
like, I'm
eyes
not
wide
that
open.
funny.
Eyes wide
Like,
open funny.
Please be so for real. And I don't like a man
he
who
was
like,
active listening.
yeah, don't like it.
Too
Leave
active.
Leave it. Too active. And then we had like FaceTimed a few times because like I was traveling for work and like I was in a really busy season of my life. And he was like, the FaceTimes were fine, but like he was doing that on FaceTime too. Like I was seeing not just the whites of it, like up top,
Spooky.
like the whole thing. It was very spooky to me. And then I was in LA
this
for work.
Poor guy's just happy.
Whatever.
And he's scaring everybody.
Too happy. As a Scorpio,
You should never be that happy.
what is
You
so
should never be that
amusing?
happy.
Why are you this happy?
You should never be
And
that
about
happy.
what?
Relax,
Anyway.
we're at dinner.
Like chill. I was in LA and he like I was working and he hit me up and was like, hey, like when am I seeing you? Because we hadn't been on a second date after that.
Well, rightfully so.
I was busy.
Right.
Like,
You
yeah, I was
scared
entertaining
me.
you, but like
Yeah.
I'm not, your
Yeah.
eyes, you freak me out. And he was like, I was like, well, I'm working like for the next few weeks or whatever, but like would love to meet up with you in like 3 weeks when I get back to New
Yeah.
York. I wasn't trying to dodge him. That just
Yeah.
like was my schedule.
Right.
And he was like, well, are we doing this or no? Because like, I'm not going to waste my time if you're not going to be like available to me. And I was like,
Listen,
no,
wide eyes.
we're not. Exactly.
Relax.
Exactly. Mr. Visine. Chill.
Relax.
Chill out.
Ew.
Yeah. I did not like that at all. It was very like sassy. And I'm like, I'm not the person
He
to
said,
do
you're
that to.
mine.
I'm not
I
the
showed you the
person to
whites
do
of
that
my
to.
eyes. You belong to me.
I think he was trying to cast a spell on me.
He probably was.
It didn't work. But
Have you heard from him since?
no.
No.
Freak. Ew. No. I didn't like that.
I don't like it.
Don't ever
and
talk
like,
to
I'm
me like that.
envisioning it and I'm scared. I'm scared.
The text was crazy.
That sounds like a title of a horror movie. Like,
yes.
eyes laughing. Like,
Eyes Wide Open. Starring my creepy date. It was so strange. It was so strange. He just like
you don't deserve that.
no,
You don't
and I
deserve that.
don't ever try to monopolize my time.
No.
Ever. Ever. Because like I was down to hang out with you.
Right, but you're not busy enough for me. You're not busy enough
You
for
need
me.
to go find something to do. Maybe
Yeah.
if you had a fucking business, something you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a fucking business, but you don't. So
Period.
don't even act like you know what I'm
Period.
talking about. Do you know who said that?
No, who?
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
That's another one my sisters and I say all
Yes,
the
she
time
did.
to
Maybe
each
if
other.
you had a business,
Then you
it's
would
like,
know what it takes to run
I
a fucking
have a
business.
business, Kim.
It's just like, I'm not going to do the photo shoot.
Just because I don't want to run around and I want to be home with my kids.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
Aw.
I watch too much television.
Yeah. Okay. This has been a blast.
Are we done?
We don't have to be. Did you want to ask me something?
Yes.
Should we switch seats?
Yes.
Really?
When you come on my podcast.
I'm coming.
Again.
Yeah. I'm going to come after Perfect Match drops.
Wait, are you on Perfect Match?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Is that how you and Ollie met?
Uh-huh. And that's all I'm going to say. Don't ask me no more questions. Cut the cameras dead ass.
What?
Mm-hmm. We took it too far.
Oh,
We took it too far.
No, you took it exactly where we're supposed to go.
Okay.
The lovebirds, the sweethearts of Netflix.
Listen.
They're so lucky to have you two.
Oh,
We all are.
thank you. Thank you. You've always been so supportive of me
And
and
always
my
will be.
journey. And I can't thank you enough for
Aw.
always having my back and being a safe space for women and humans and people to come and confide in you. Because we know if somebody's going to have our back, it's this woman right here.
Period.
And we really appreciate you. And I hope to create a space like that for you if you need to come back and get something off, or
I might.
if we need to ride at dawn.
I might.
You already
We
know who to
might.
call.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I really, really love you.
Oh, I love
I'm
you
so grateful to have you
too.
here.
Thank you for having me.
We need to go to lunch,
Yes.
dinner, get you some olives.
No.
I love you, girl. Thank
love
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you guys for tuning into another episode of What's the Reality. Be sure to follow me on all social platforms at What's the Reality Pod. Please subscribe on YouTube. Don't play with me. And come back next week for another episode. Bye.
What's the reality? What's the reality?